What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today we're taking a look at the Maxpedition Pico Pocket Organizer. This is part of Maxpedition's Legacy Pocket Organizer series, and the cool thing about this one is it was intentionally designed to be the smallest, most compact version yet, which is great for me because I don't own a single pair of cargo pants. I own plenty of their pocket organizers, but typically they get tossed into a sling or a bag or the center console of my car. This one is small enough that it can fit into my jeans pocket, and that's front or back pocket. It's about 3 inches wide by 5 inches tall, and then unloaded about an inch in thickness. Obviously, depending on how you load it out, will vary a little bit, but still compact enough to fit in your jeans pocket, which is great. These go for around $22, and I'll link to where you can find them down in the description of the video as always. They're available in their normal array of colors, so black, OD green, khaki, wolf gray, and then the multicam you see here. Our zipper and zipper pull will be color matched based on the version that you choose. So if you get a black one, the zipper and the zipper pull will both be black. Now, this is released alongside the Pico Platy front pocket organizer as well. So you have a couple of different options in this size range. If you're looking for something specifically this size, gives you two completely different layouts to try out. We'll be doing a separate video on that one a little bit later in the week, so stay tuned for that as well. Now, the exterior material here is a water-resistant 500 denier nylon. These are designed in America but made in Vietnam, and I've never had any issues with the quality on these. I've been using their pocket organizers for well over a decade at this point. I've never had one fall apart or anything like that on me, so they hold up extremely well. Obviously, this one's new, so I haven't had it that long, but have the same expectations for this one. We have the tag on the top where we would normally find our hook and loop panel. In fact, we can do a quick size comparison to some of the other pocket organizers. So I have some that aren't currently loaded. I just grabbed a couple. So the EDC size, and so this one I believe is 7 inches by 5 inches, and you can see it dwarfs this Pico version. And so outside of that, we also have the Beefy that I'm not even sure will fit on screen here. It doesn't quite. Maybe if I turn it sideways, we'll see that. And so you can see significantly smaller than both of these, and so really nice to be able to get that kind of similar format in such a small version of it. Underneath that, we do have our mesh netting just like we do on the other versions, and this is not Velcro closed like it is on the other versions, so you can just slide stuff in and out. Really optimized for small flat objects, basically paper type objects, although you can fit like USB flash drives and things like that in as well. Even without that Velcro closure, as long as you have it loaded out, stuff's really not going to be falling out of there just because it keeps it so tight. So you can put like tri-folded bills, again, receipts, USB things and things like that, and none of them are going to shake loose because the other gear is kind of pushing on it and keeping it nice and snug and secure. And then over on the back, we have our loop panel, which would usually be on the front, but has a lot more space to utilize here. And so this is 2 inches wide by 3.5 inches tall. And you can use this if you want to put the hook panel onto like a backpack. It doesn't ship with it, but you can easily find those. Put it on a backpack, and then you can attach this directly to that and then use a grab handle to rip it off. It does have that nice grab handle sewn right into the loop field. Right now I have a Maxpedition gingerbread patch on there, just fit with the season obviously, and so I figured I'd toss that on there. Really fun patch there. YKK zippers, again color coded, and so this one is coded in that kind of khaki tan color to match with the multicam pattern. And then we have the paracord zipper pull. If you want to go with your own zipper pulls, you can easily untie this, remove it, and replace it with whatever you want, but does include those paracord zipper pulls, which are nice because they're silent. You don't get any rattle or anything like that with these. Also single zipper, so you don't have to worry about that either. Now this is a full clamshell design, so you can open this up like a book and quickly expose the entire contents of this. Now it has all of these elastic loops and things, so it should keep everything in there nice, snug, and secure so it's not pouring out when you open that pouch. We'll remove the items left to right. I always like to give an example of the types of items that fit in the various pockets, just so it's a little bit easier to visualize, but we'll measure those out at the end of the video as well. I'll quickly go through what's in here, although we're not going to really focus on any of the individual items. Up first, we have the CWF micro click, and you'll probably notice I went with a certain color scheme with this one. Next to that, we have the NAS micro bit driver. I don't remember the name of this, but just a micro bit driver. And then behind that, I have a Spyderco Para 3. This is a rec exclusive version with the avocado colorway. Moving on to the right side of our pouch, we have just a standard full-size Bic lighter in a steel sleeve that's been Cerakoted with a camo pattern as well. And then the Knipex water pliers. So this is the smallest pair of those. Everyone's probably familiar with those already. And then the Leatherman skeletal behind that with the topo blade. And so that's everything I had inside of this pouch. You can see there was room for more. I didn't utilize the center slot, which would have been perfect for like a mini pen or something like that. In fact, when I reload this, I may try and find a smaller pen that I can slot into there. We have a little tag here where you can attach your keychains as well. So if you want to attach a keychain, you definitely can. I feel like that takes up a lot of space for my keychain. I need to kind of optimize it to be a little bit smaller, where I probably don't want it taking up a bunch of space inside my pouch, but it is nice where you can kind of carry everything in one place, especially if you put like your cards and cash in here or in that mesh slot. You can really use this as kind of a carry-all for all of your wallet and EDC gear. We have the Maxpedition American design made in Vietnam tag here, and then we can measure out all the various pockets. So let's start in the front. We already know the dimensions are 3 inches wide by 5 inches tall, but we don't know exactly how deep this pocket runs, and so we can run that and see that it's pretty much spot on at 3 inches in depth here. Since it doesn't have that Velcro, if you want stuff to overhang, you definitely can. You can also utilize pocket clips to make sure it stays secure in there. But again, once it's fully loaded, this is pretty snug. Right now, it's pretty loose. I can get my fingers in there pretty easily, but once that's fully loaded, you definitely have space for, or it's definitely going to keep everything secure without utilizing a pocket clip. For our elastic straps here, or loops here, these are all going to be 1 inch tall, and then the width is about 1 inch for the first one, about 3/4 of an inch for the second, and then back to 1 inch for the third. They're a little bit wider on our right panel, and so that one's about just a hair under 1.5 inches, and then same thing for the other one. And so this is perfect for your little bit larger items like those Knipex or that Bic, which take up a little bit more space. In the back, there's no dividers back here, so this is just full access. You can put stuff that's a little bit taller, obviously up to about 5 inches or so, but if you want to keep it flush with the bottom here, we can measure the depth here at just about 3.5 inches on the dot, it looks like, and it's obviously going to be the same on our other side, right at that 3.5 inch mark. The back panel, I think I may have already mentioned this, of loop is 2 inches wide by 3.5 inches tall. That's everything for this one. I'll make sure to link to all the items I showed down in the description of the video, including the pouch right at the top. These on Amazon right now have a 10% redeemable coupon. You don't need a code or anything, just make sure to hit redeem before you add it to your cart, and that'll save you obviously 10% off of your purchase. Don't know if that's a permanent thing or just gonna be temporary, but at least at the time I'm uploading the video, you can get that for a couple dollars off. Let me know what you think of this one down in the comments below, what you would put in it or what you're already putting in it if you already have one of these. Always love to hear from you in the comments. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, checking out some other content. All helps the channel out a ton, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.